The emergency beacon had been silent for 3 days when the survey ship Perseverance finally detected it. Captain Martinez ordered the course correction without hesitation, despite protests from the Vraxian trade delegate aboard. "It's probably dead already," the delegate had hissed through his translators. "We're wasting valuable time," but humans didn't abandon distress calls. It was written into their nature as deeply as their DNA. Dr. Seren Val stood at the airlock as the landing party prepared to disembark onto the barren moon of Calthera 7. The landscape stretched before them in shades of rust and amber, a wasteland of jagged rocks and toxic dust storms that had stripped away any hope of natural shelter. In the distance, the wreckage of what appeared to be a cargo hauler lay scattered across the terrain like broken bones. "Life signs?" Serene asked, adjusting her environmental suit's hood. "1," Lieutenant Chen confirmed, checking his scanner. "Faint. Biosignature doesn't match any species in our database. Whatever it is, it's big." The team moved cautiously through the wreckage. Seren's trained eye cataloged the scene. Blast marks, severed cables, emergency pods jettisoned and long gone. Someone had survived the crash, but their crew had clearly chosen survival over solidarity. Standard protocol for most species in the galaxy. Save what can be saved. Leave what cannot. They found Core in what remained of the cargo bay. The creature was massive, easily 4 meters long, with obsidian scales that shimmered with an oil-slick iridescence even in the dim light. 6 powerful limbs lay sprawled across the deck plating. 3 of them twisted at unnatural angles. A pair of intelligent amber eyes tracked their approach, pupils dilating with what Seren recognized as fear. Deep gashes scored the beast's flanks, and a jagged piece of hull plating had impaled its shoulder. "Holy hell," Chen breathed. "That's a Korath apex predator. From the Andromeda sector. A juvenile by the size," Seren murmured, already moving forward. Her scanner painted a grim picture. Multiple fractures, severe internal bleeding, sepsis setting in from untreated wounds. The creature should have been dead already. That it had survived this long spoke to an incredible will to live. Core rumbled, a sound somewhere between a growl and a whimper. Its massive jaws, capable of crushing starship hull plating, remained closed, though Seren knew it could tear through her suit like tissue paper if it chose. "Doctor, that thing is dangerous," Chen warned. "The Korath are considered Class 5 hazards. Their own kind abandon injured individuals because they become too aggressive to approach. Then their own kind are cowards," Seren replied simply. She knelt beside the creature's head, speaking softly. "Easy now. We're not going to hurt you." The amber eyes blinked slowly. A forked tongue flickered out, tasting the air. Serene could see the confusion there. Why weren't these strange bipeds running? Why weren't they leaving it to die like the others had? She activated her communicator. "Captain, we need medical equipment down here. Full xenobiology kit, portable surgical unit, and enough sedatives to drop an elephant. Maybe 3 elephants. Copy that, Doctor." "But Seren, are you sure about this?" Serene looked into Core's eyes again. Beneath the pain and fear, she saw something else. Intelligence. Awareness. A desperate hope that perhaps against all odds, these strangers might be different. "I'm sure." The next 6 hours were the most challenging of Seren's career. Core resisted the sedatives. Its physiology was unlike anything they'd encountered, but seemed to understand that the humans were trying to help. It growled and snapped initially when they began extracting the hull plating, but gradually, painfully, it held still, allowing them to work. Chen and his team rigged a makeshift operating theater using the cargo bay's intact sections. Serene worked with steady hands, repairing torn muscle tissue, setting broken bones with polymer casts, fighting back the infection that had nearly claimed the creature's life. Every time Core's vital signs dipped dangerously low, every time she thought they'd lose it, the creature somehow rallied. It wanted to live. And more than that, it seemed to want to see what these peculiar humans would do next. By the time the twin suns rose over Calthera 7, Core was stable. Exhausted but stable, Serene sat beside the sleeping beast, her own body trembling with fatigue. The rest of the team had returned to the ship for food and rest, but she'd stayed behind, monitoring the creature's recovery. Core's eyes opened slowly. The fear was gone now, replaced by something Seren had never seen in a xenobiological subject before. Gratitude. The creature made a soft chirping sound, almost questioning. One massive paw, the one that wasn't broken, shifted slightly, moving toward her. Saren held her breath but didn't retreat. The razor-sharp talons, each one capable of disemboweling her with ease, gently touched her gloved hand. "You're welcome," Saren whispered. 3 weeks later, the Perseverance made port at Nexus Station. Word of their rescue had spread through the trading networks, causing quite a stir. The Vraxian delegate had filed an official complaint about the delay. The Korath Collective, on the other hand, had sent an unprecedented delegation to meet the ship. Saren stood with Kor in the loading bay, watching as the massive Korath elders approached. Coruscant, now mostly healed, though it would carry scars from the ordeal, pressed close to her side, a low protective rumble in its chest. The lead elder, a scarred female twice Kor's size, regarded Saren with ancient knowing eyes. When she spoke, her voice was translated through multiple devices, but the emotion carried through clearly. "You saved a child of our people when his own clan abandoned him to Predator's fate. This is not understood by us. Why would you risk yourselves for one who could offer no payment, no alliance, no benefit?" Saren smiled, reaching up to rest her hand on Kor's scaled shoulder. "Because he needed help. That's reason enough." The elder was silent for a long moment. Then slowly she lowered her massive head, a gesture of profound respect among her kind. "Humanity is strange. Foolish, perhaps, but—" She looked at Kor, who chirped happily at Saren's side. "Perhaps the galaxy needs more fools like you." As the delegation departed and Kor was reunited with a family that looked at him, and at Saren, with new understanding, Captain Martinez appeared at her side. "You know the Korath Collective just offered us a military alliance, right? First time in their history they've ever allied with another species, all because you wouldn't leave an injured animal to die." Serene watched Kor disappear into the crowd of his own kind, pausing once to look back at her with those intelligent amber eyes. The message was clear. "I will not forget. We're human," Saren said simply. "It's what we do. We don't abandon those who need us, no matter how dangerous, how impossible, or how foolish it might seem." Martinez chuckled. "HFY, Doctor. Humanity, fuck yeah." Saren smiled. In a galaxy where compassion was seen as weakness and mercy as illogical, humanity's stubborn refusal to abandon the helpless was, perhaps, their greatest strength. And somewhere in the cold mathematics of interstellar politics, a new equation was being written. Never underestimate a species that saves monsters.